Pixels are used for tracking website visitors and gathering data for remarketing. You can create lookalike audiences from this, you can optimize campaigns, etc., because you're tracking people's actions on your website. Somebody who clicks and fills out a lead form is much more valuable than somebody who clicks and does not. So we need to make sure that we're tracking all of this. And a pixel is in essence a little piece of code that you or your developer can put in the header section of your website so that we can track this. Now, you can select either a dataset or a pixel. And the main difference is a dataset is in essence a collection of pixels. And a dataset encompasses website, app, and offline events. A pixel is simply a snippet of code on a website that tracks visitor actions and gathers data for advertising purposes, usually focused on website data. Without further ado, I'm just going to show you how to create a dataset and then how to install that on your website. So we click on Dataset and Pixels within the business portfolio. And we're going to create a new dataset. So you're just going to name it after your business and then the word pixel or dataset. Okay. So there we can see that the dataset is created, but it doesn't have any events yet. So we're going to go to the Events Manager, and that's just clicking the button there. So this is so that we can tell Meta what actions we want to track on our website. And so that we can, in essence, map out the journey that somebody may take once they've clicked through to our landing page. Set up the meta pixel through this section here. It gives you two options. You can use a partner integration. A partner integration is something like BigCommerce if it's an e-com website, or WordPress. These are very common integrations. So we're just going to go through the way that you can create it through WordPress, and it's very similar through BigCommerce or Shopify. You're simply going to find the integration on the list. You'll click it, and you'll get some really, really in-depth instructions on how to set up your events. Here we can see that it's prompting you to install the plugin. So we're going to go to our WordPress site and we're going to install this plugin. You're going to want to go to the plugin section. You're going to click Add Plugin and you're going to write Facebook in the top right search bar. We're going to install the WordPress pixel. Now that we have that installed, we want to activate it. And you're likely going to have to search for the plugin in your list of plugins to do so. It's going to give you the option to follow Setup, and then you can click that and just click Get Started. It's going to ask you to log into your Facebook. So all of this is readily available simply by logging into Facebook. I'm going to continue under my personal Facebook. We're going to click Next, and then in Settings, you're going to select your business portfolio, Facebook page, Instagram profile, ad account, and pixel. Now, we have a million options to choose from here. You just have one of each, and you likely won't even have to select it. They will all be auto-selected. And click on the option, the drop-down, and select your business portfolio from the options. It will take you straight to the section where you can select your Facebook page and click Next. Then you'll connect your Instagram and you'll click Next. And the Instagram that'll appear is the one that you're already logged into. So remember to be logged into your Instagram already. And then your ad account, which we just created together. So if you followed along the steps, you should have an ad account there readily available, and then the pixel that we just created. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it makes everything much easier if you label everything correctly. So definitely give your pixel a name, definitely give your ad account a name. You're going to want to select automatic advanced matching and then quick tip in the options of what data you want to take from people. I advise just taking all possible data. So you should allow this to manage your business, and that is your portfolio, simply because there may be changes that you want to make on your site side, and you want your site to have access to your portfolio. And we're just going to wait for these to link. That's the very last step, and you can see this was not very difficult. But if you do have any issues, feel free to message us and we can help out. So here it mentions that you're all set and it gives you the option to create an ad, but we're not going to create it from here. Last thing is I'm going to click that I trust the site, and we're just going to make sure that everything appears here. It looks a little bit strange, but sometimes WordPress is glitchy, sometimes Meta is glitchy. The last step is you want to just double check that that pixel appears, and that's it. Alrighty. We have our Meta pixel installed, so now we can go ahead and create events. Very important to track as accurately as possible, because if we think of a sales funnel, we want to know exactly where people are when they're visiting our site. Are they thinking about booking with us? Have they already booked and they're going to book again? Once you've finished with WordPress, you're going to go ahead and go back to the section where it showed you the instructions previously. It does take about sometimes up to 30 minutes for your pixel to actually show up and show that it's active. To speed it along, you can open another tab, click around your website just to see if it then appears as active. So in this section, we're going to enter the URL for your website. And we're going to send test traffic. And this is the part where we get to set up our events. So for this, we're going to enter our website URL again. And this will take us to our website. You're going to click on Add Events, and you're going to see a little box in the top left, which will appear. And it will show you any events on this page. And you have to enter the events that you want to track. So try and include the most important actions that someone can take. In our case, it's somebody clicking a button that is requesting a free consultation. So if somebody clicks free consultation, I'm going to call that an initiate checkout, simply because as you can see from this list, there's not really anything that is coherent to this specific action on our website. That was tracking a button. We can also track a URL, which is the way I recommend you track a lead. So the best way to do this is to have a thank you page once somebody successfully submits a lead form. And once they do, we'll be able to track that URL. Okay. Okay. If there are any other buttons that you want to track, you can simply add any buttons that you want to track as different actions. If you are selling products, you want to track the add to cart button as an add to cart, and the thank you page or the checkout page, you would want to track those as URLs. So checkout through the URL or thank you as an order confirmation. And there we have it. Once we have everything set up, we're going to click Finish Setup. When we go back to the Meta Business Manager tab, we want to click Test Events, or simply on the overview, we can see that those have been triggered and we're tracking correctly.